everyone! Welcome to my virtual class. I am Mom J and I'm your teacher for today. Happy learning!
Sa araw na ito, ang ituturo ko sa inyo ay systems of linear equations into variables and their graphs. So, alam ko naman na may knowledge na kayo kung paano mag-graph ng linear equations. So, mag-review muna tayo for the meantime. So, let's have a review. So, draw the graph of the following linear equation into variables in the Cartesian plane. So, di ba, last time, itinuro ko sa inyo yung apat na methods or apat na ways kung paano mag-graph ng linear equation into variables sa Cartesian plane. So, pwede tayong gumamit ng slope-intercept form, ng 2 points, ng x and y intercept, tsaka slope and a point. So, gawin natin yan sa apat. So, number 1, y equals negative 2x plus 5. So, gamitan natin siya ng slope and y-intercept. So, kapag nag-graph po tayo ng linear equation gamit ang slope and y-intercept, so, kailangan muna natin silang i-determine. So, ang slope po natin para sa number 1 ay negative 2 at ang y-intercept niya ay 5. And then, pag na-determine na natin silang dalawa, pwede na natin siyang i-plot sa Cartesian plane. And since given natin ay slope and y-intercept, so lagi tayong mag-i-start kay y-intercept. So, ang ating y-intercept ay 5. So, doon po tayo sa upper part ni y-axis, which is 0, 5. So, ito po. Ayan. And then, to locate for the second point, kailangan natin gamitin si slope para malaman natin kung saan natin ilalagay si second point. So, dahil ang slope natin ay negative 2, so, gagamit tayo ng concept na rise over run. So, ang rise natin ay 2 at ang ating run ay negative 1. So, dalawa pataas. So, 1, 2, at isa pakaliwa. Then, 1. So, ang ating second point ay negative 1, 7. And then, pwede na natin siyang i-connect. So, ayan po yung graph ni y equals negative 2x plus 5 using slope and y-intercept. Di ba? Madali lang. So, let's have number 2. 4x minus y equals 4. So, ang ating equation ay naka-standard form. So, para mas madalian kayo, kailangan nyo siyang rewrite as slope-intercept form or kahit hindi na. Kasi naituro naman ito ng maraming beses. So, dapat master nyo na siya. So, sa number 2, gagamit tayo ng slope and a point. So, kailangan natin hanapin si slope at kailangan nating magbigay ng isang point. So, ang slope po niya ay 4. So, kagaya ng sabi ko last time, pag kumuha tayo ng point, kailangan nating mag-determine or magbigay ng value ni x para makuha natin yung value ni y. So, ang ginamit ko dito ay 0. Ayan. So, find the point by assigning any value of x. So, at x is equals to 0. So, we have 4x minus y equals 4. Then, si x palitan natin ng 0. Ayan. So, 4 times 0 minus y equals 4. So, 4 times 0 is equals to 0. So, magiging negative y equals 4. At since negative ang ating y, so, didivide natin yan both by negative 1. So, magiging y equals negative 4. So, ang ating point ay 0, negative 4. At dahil meron na tayong slope at meron na tayong point, pwede na natin siyang i-graph sa Cartesian plane. Ayan. So, i-plot muna natin unahin si point 0, negative 4. So, 0, negative 4 ay nasa y-axis. Pero nasa baba siya ni y-axis. So, ayan po siya. Ayan. And then, using the slope, hanapin natin yung pangalawang point. At dahil ang slope natin ay positive 4, so 4 pataas at isa pa kanan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, isa pa kanan. Then, 1. Ayan. So, 1, 0. So, pwede na natin siyang i-connect. Ayan. So, ito po yung graph ni 4x minus y equals 4. So, pwede po siyang extendable, ha? Okay, So let's sum number 3, y equals 4x plus 6. So using x and y intercept. So last time, naituro ko na sa inyo na kapag gumamit tayo ng x and y intercept, kailangan nating ilet si y as 0 to find x intercept. And then si x is equals to 0 to find the y intercept. So find the x-intercept by letting y equals 0. So y equals 4x plus 6. So palitan natin si y ng 0. So ang makukuhang value natin for x ay negative 3 over 2. So ang ating x-intercept ay negative 3 over 2. And then to find the y-intercept, so let x equals 0. So palitan natin si x ng 0. So ayan po. Then, the value of the y is equals to 6. So, our y-intercept is 6. So, pwede na natin siyang i-plot. So, dahil ang ating x-intercept ay negative 3 over 2, so doon siya sa left side ni x-axis. At ang katumbas ni negative 3 over 2 ay negative 1.5. So, ito po siya. Ayan. And then, ating y-intercept ay 6. So, doon tayo sa upper part ni y-axis. So, ito po yung ating y-intercept. And then, kapag na-connect na-plot na natin yung dalawa, pwede na natin siyang i-connect. Ayan. So, this is the graph of number 3, y equals 4x plus 6 using x and y intercept. So, madali lang din siya. So, let's have number 4, 10x plus 5y equals negative 5. So, using 2 points. So, dahil 2 points ang ating gagamitin, kailangan nating magbigay ng dalawang value ni x to find value ni y para makakakuha tayo ng dalawang points. So, find 2 points by assigning any two values of x. So, ang unang value ng x na ginamit ko ay 0. Kapag 0 si x, ayan, ang y natin ay negative 1. So, ang ating first point ay 0, negative 1. And then, ang second value ni x na ginamit ko ay 1. So, kapag ang x mo ay 1, ayan, pinalitan ko si x ng 1 So, ang value ng ating y ay negative 3. So, ang ating second point ay 1, negative 3. So, dahil meron na tayong 2 points, pwede na natin siyang i-plot sa Cartesian plane. So, ating first point ay 0, negative 1. So, nasa y-axis siya, doon sa babang part ni y-axis. So, ayan po siya. And then, ang ating second point ay 1, negative 3. So, siya po ay nasa quadrant 4. Kaya doon natin siya ilalagay. So, ayan siya. Ayan. And then, dahil meron na tayong 2 points, pwede na natin siyang i-connect using a line. Ayan. So, ito po yung graph ni 10x plus 5y equals negative 5 using 2 points. So, ganun lang po kadali ang pag-graph ng linear equation. So, pwede kayong gumamit ng 4 na methods. So, kung saan kayo mas nadadalian, yun ang gamitin nyo. Okay, proceed na tayo sa ating topic. So what if you draw the graphs of two linear equations in the same coordinate plane? So how the graphs of these equations look like? So kanina, nag-graph tayo ng iisang linear equation. So what if ilagay natin yung dalawang linear equations sa iisang Cartesian plane? Ano kaya ang magiging itsura niya? So number 1, y equals negative 2x plus 5 and 6x plus 3y equals 15. So using slope and y-intercept. So, sa ating first equation, ang ating slope ay negative 2 at ang ating y-intercept ay 5. Sa ating second equation, ang slope niya ay negative 2 at ang kanyang y-intercept ay 5. So, kung napapansin niyo, magkaparehas po sila ng slope tsaka ng y-intercept. So, i-plot natin siya. So, sa ating first equation, meron siyang y-intercept na 5. So, doon tayo sa y-axis. Yan. And then, dahil ang slope niya ay negative 2, so bilang tayo dalawa pataas at isa pakaliwa. So, 1, 2, then 1. So, ayan po. Ayan. So, ito yung graph ng ating first equation na y equals negative 2x plus 5. Sa ating equation, sa ating pangalawang equation, ang slope, ang ating y-intercept ay 5. So, ito siya. At ang kanyang slope ay negative 2. So, dalawa pataas, isa pakaliwa. So, 1, 2, 1. Ayan. So, ito po yung graph na ating second equation na 6x plus 3y equals 15. So, kung napapansin nyo, ano kaya ang kanilang graph? So, ano itsura ng kanilang graph? So, ang kanilang graph ay coincide. So, their graphs coincide. Yan po. Number 2, we have 4x minus y equals 4 And 10x plus 5y equals negative 5. So, gamit lang tayo ng slope and y-intercept. Sa ating first equation, ang ating slope ay 4 at ang ating y-intercept ay negative 4. So, sa second equation natin, ang slope natin ay negative 2 at ang y-intercept natin ay negative 1. So, i-plot natin siya. So, sa ating first equation, ang ating y-intercept ay negative 4. So, yan siya. At ang ating slope ay 4. So, 4 pataas at 1 pa kanan. Ayan. Then, connect. So, ito yung graph ni 4x minus y equals 4. And then, yung second equation, ang y-intercept niya ay negative 1. So, ayan. At ang ating slope ay negative 2. So, dalawa pataas, 1 pa kaliwa. So, 1, 2. Ayan. Ayan. So, yan po yung graph ni 10x plus 5y equals negative 5. So, anong napansin nyo sa kanilang graph? So, ang kanilang graph ay intersecting. So, their graphs intersect. So, nagsalubong yung number 2. So, number 3, we have 4x minus y equals 4 and 4x minus y equals negative 2. So, using slope in y-intercept. So, sa first equation, ang slope niya ay 4 at ang y-intercept niya ay negative 4. Sa second equation, ang slope niya ay 4 at ang y-intercept niya ay 2. So, i-plot natin. So, sa first equation, ang y-intercept ay negative 4. So, ito siya. And then, ang ating slope ay 4. So, bilang tayo 4 pataas, 1 pa kanan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yan. So, ito yung graph ni 4x minus y equals 4. And then, ating second equation, ang slope niya ay, ang y-intercept niya ay 2. So, ito siya. At ang kanyang slope ay 4. So, 4 pataas, 1 pa kanan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayan. Then, connect. Ayan. So, ito yung graph ni 4x minus y equals negative 2. So, ano yung tsura ng graph nila? So, ang graph nila ay parallel. So, their graphs are parallel. Ayan. So, nakita nyo yung tatlong itsura ng mga graphs. So, ano kaya yan? Ano kayang concept yan? So, y equals negative 2x plus 5 and 6x plus 3y equals 15. 4x minus y equals 4 and 10x plus 5y equals negative 5. 4x minus y equals 4 and 4x minus y equals negative 2 are what we call simultaneous linear equations or system of linear equations. So, a system of linear equations comprises two or more equations and one seeks a common solution to the equation. So, in a system of linear equations, each equation corresponds with a straight line, corresponds, and one seeks out the point where the two lines intersect. So, we are talking about two or more equations. So, dahil system na nga ang ating pinag-uusapan. So, a solution of such equations is an ordered pair of numbers that satisfy both equations. So, the solution set of a system of linear equations in two variables is the set of all ordered pairs of real numbers that makes every equation in the system true. So, this time, kukuha na tayo ng solution ng ating system. So, kailangan both equation, kapag kinuha natin yung order pair, ay trues dun sa dalawa. So, the solution of a system of linear equations can be determined algebraically or graphically. So, sa next natin lesson yan, pag-uusapan. So, a system of linear equations has, so letter A, only one solutions if their graphs intersect at only one point. So, ang pinag-uusapan dito ay using graphical method. So, kapag ang solution daw natin ay kapag ang ating graph ay naka-intersect, so meron lamang siyang one solution. So, ayan po siya. Exactly one solution. So, pag may nakita kayong graphs ng system na kung saan ay nag-intersect, so meron lang siyang one solution. Exactly one solution. Okay, letter B, no solution if their graphs do not intersect. So, kapag yung dalawang equation, ang graph nila ay hindi nag-intersect, so wala siyang solution. So, ito yung tsura niya. And letter C, infinitely many solutions if their graphs coincide. So, kapag yung dalawang graph nagkapatong or nag-overlap, so marami siyang solutions. So, infinitely many solutions. Ayan. So, we're talking about the solution of the system of linear equations. So, sa susunod nating mga lesson or sa susunod nating lesson, papakita ko yan sa inyo. Okay, so we have three kinds of systems of linear equations in two variables. So according to the number of solutions. So let's have number one. So system of consistent and dependent equations. So this is a system of linear equation having infinitely many solutions. So pag consistent and independent equations, so marami siyang solutions. So infinitely many solutions. So the slopes of the line defined by the equations are equal. So ang slope nila ay equal at ang kanilang y-intercept are also equal, ay equal din. And their graphs coincide. So nakita nyo naman to sa ating example kanina. So let's go back to our previous example, which is y equals negative 2x plus 5 and 6x plus 3y equals 15. So it shows a system of consistent and dependent equations. Bakit? Or paano kaya? Tingnan natin ha. So sa ating first equation, ang kanyang slope ay negative 2 at ang kanyang y-intercept ay 5. Ang ating second equation, ang kanyang slope ay negative 2 at ang kanyang y-intercept ay 5. So, sa graph niya, ito yung itsura niya. 'Di ba? Yun yung kanina. So, kung napapansin nyo, ang kanilang slopes ay equal. At ang kanilang y-intercept ay equal din. At ang graph nila ay coincides. So, yan yung dahilan kung bakit yung ating unang pair ng ating linear equations ay system of consistent and dependent equations. So, nakuha? Okay po. So, number 2, we have system of consistent and independent equations. So, this is a system of linear equations having exactly one solution. So, the slopes of the lines defined by the equations are not equal. So, hindi equal ang kanilang slopes. And their y-intercept could be equal or unequal. So, yung y-intercept pwedeng equal, pwedeng hindi. And their graphs intersect. So, pag ang graph ay nag-intersect, so siya po ay system of consistent and independent equations. So, balikan natin yung ating unang previous examples. So, ito, 4x minus y equals 4 and 10x plus 5y equals negative 5. So, siya po ay system of consistent and independent equations. Bakit kaya? Sa ating first equation, ang slope niya ay 4 at ang y-intercept niya ay negative 4. Sa second equation, ang slope niya ay negative 2 at ang kanyang y-intercept ay negative 1. Ang graph po nila, ito yung itsura. Yan yung kanina. So, kung napapansin nyo, ang kanilang slopes ay hindi equal. Ang kanilang y-intercept, hindi rin equal. So, pwede siyang equal, pwedeng hindi. So, dito sa ating equations or sa ating system, ang kanilang y-intercept, hindi equal. At ang graph nila ay intersecting. So, their graphs intersect. So, yan po yung concept ng system of consistent and independent equations. Ayan, tatandaan nyo yan, ha. Number 3, so we have system of inconsistent equations. So, ito yung pangatlong kinds ng system. So, system of inconsistent equations. So, this is a system of linear equations having no solutions. So, wala siyang solutions. The slopes of the lines defined by the equations are equal. So, equal ang kanilang slopes. And their y-intercept are not equal. So, hindi equal yung kanilang y-intercept. And their graphs are parallel. So, pag parallel, pag may nakita kayong graphs, the parallel, ang tawag na natin doon ay system of inconsistent equations. So, tingnan natin yung ating nakarang example. So, we have 4x minus y equals 4 and 4x minus y equals negative 2. So, this is an example of system of inconsistent. Bakit kaya? So, So, ating first equation, we have m equals 4 and b equals negative 4. Sa ating equation, ang kanyang slope ay 4 at ang kanyang y-intercept ay 2. At ito yung itsura ng kanilang graph. So, napapansin nyo, ang slopes nila ay equal. Pero ang kanilang y-intercept ay hindi equal. At ang kanilang graph ay parallel. So, pagka may na-encounter kayong ganitong solution or ganitong situation na kung saan ang slopes ay equal at ang y-intercept ay hindi equal at may graph na parallel, yan po ay system of inconsistence. So, yun po yung tatlong klase or tatlong uri ng system of linear equations in two variables. So, dapat alam niyo yan para hindi kayo mahirapan. So, kayo naman, try nyo to. So, determine whether each system of linear equation is consistent and dependent, consistent and independent, or inconsistent. So, pwede nyo siyang i-graph para makita nyo kung siya ba ay parallel, intersecting, or coincide. Pwede nyo ring kunin si slope tsaka si y-intercept. Tingnan nyo kung equal ang slope, kung equal yung y-intercept. Yan, para ma-determine nyo kung anong klase siyang systems. Pwede nyo rin siyang isolve para malaman nyo kung meron siyang isang solution, walang solution, or maraming solution. Pero, sa susunod pa nating topic yon yung pagsusolve ng system of linear equation in two variables. So, yan lang muna para sa araw na ito. So, sana mayroon kayong natutunan. So, yun lamang po.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.